Welcome back. Dr. Mike Voight is back. Part 2, Leadership Fix Game Plan for Sport, how to develop leaders of impact on your teams. First part, general intro, let you know who I was, what the book's about, kind of walk through the game plan, as it were, especially the 4 particular systems. This particular part 2 is just going to kind of address the first system, equip yourself as a coach as well as equip your athletes. All right, so the first system, we're going to just focus in on equip yourself as a coach. So you'll kind of see here where the play set is kind of establishing a foundation for your personal whys and whats. Why is leadership so important? What are the benefits of leadership for this team? What is the mission of your coaching and this particular team? And then the second play call addresses the 4 Ps, your philosophy, your purpose, priorities, as well as your perceptions of leadership as they are presently on your team and what you want them to look like throughout this process, as well as key lessons learned. And both of these play calls do require plenty of different questions. So when we're looking at play call number 1, your personal whys and whats, these are some of the sample questions that you will ask of yourself as well as your staff. What are the motives for wanting to engage your athletes on leadership, the education of it? How to actually do it, what are the benefits, and then the mission as well. All right. When we look at the 4 Ps specifically, and there's plenty of more in the book, there's plenty of more questions that kind of address these, but just kind of looking at the philosophy of it, the purpose, what drives you, why do you do what you do, what does it mean for you to be a coach at your school, in your community, at your college. So we're really kind of peeling some of the layers here and really trying to equip yourself with the necessary tools. And all of this can certainly be fodder for wonderful staff discussions, not only about you as the head coach and your 4 Ps, but also your staff as well. All right. And as the book will do, at the end of each chapter, I do share with you a particular template that could be used. How best can we do this? When should we do it? So I kind of have it broken up into kind of first step, second step, third step. Some of the particular play calls will have additional steps, but you simply will just complete the questions, have a discussion with your staff, and then if we're able to kind of reflect overall all of the feedback that has been shared. So the chapters will walk you through that in a very detailed manner. So the second part of this first system is trying to equip the players. You coaches have your toolbox. That was the first part of system 1. Second part is equipping the players. All right. So again, more questions about their leadership, their philosophies, what they think the benefits of leadership are. All right, so there are, again, plenty of questions. The book will go into detail. I will simply circle back to that. But in a general sense, the third play call, we're looking at kind of leader selection. Well, what have each of the team captains, I don't know whether you're using leadership groups, leadership councils, but get them to kind of think about the current team dynamics. What do they believe the vision is of this program? What are the team whys and whats? What are their strengths? What are the areas that they see need to be improved, not just sport-wise, not just physicality-wise, maybe tactics as well, but also team and leadership aspect as well. All right, and then the third play set is specific to having each of those leaders respond to plenty of questions that takes them back to their own leadership experiences, especially if you're a college coach and you're working with your captains. I'm sure they've been a potential leader with their club team, with their junior teams, with maybe even at the high school level. All right. So these are some of the specific questions in the third play call. How does your program usually identify your leaders? What particular methods could be used? In the book, I outline some of the ways that that my teams at some of my top college programs have selected their leaders. So I kind of share with you the survey and my particular method, but it's always good to hear from your players what they think would work. And then Tim Elmore has done some great work on trying to recruit leaders. So I kind of wanted to share some of the work that he has, and he's got some great questions that you can ask your potential recruits, especially at the college level. The fourth play set, kind of looking at more sample questions. What makes your team special and unique? What have you done as a leader? What have you done as a team to really show you accomplishing that particular mission? And then the fifth play call, kind of your personal whys. How do you define good leadership? How do you define bad and ineffective leadership? What experiences have you had with that, whether it's on a team, whether it's with a coach? List examples of some of the leaders who have had that profound impact on you. What made them like that? What qualities? What practices? These are great questions, which will certainly set up the next system in terms of the roundtable discussions. Let's just not tell these leaders what they should be doing and how they should be thinking about leadership. Let's ask them. Let's ask these captains, even at the high school level. Let's find out what they know about leadership, and let's find out what they know and what they don't know, and what do we need to add to their knowledge base. So these are just a sample questions, plenty more in the book. All right, so as I did for the first part, this is another template that could easily be used. This is for the third play call. All right, first step, second, third, fourth. Again, just helps you kind of schedule how do we get all of this done, as well as the team whys and whats. First, have them complete the questions. I'm a big fan of having your player leaders actually sit down and write some responses. So it's not just them coming up with things on the top of their head, that they're actually putting some thought into it. And then they bring those notes with them to the next system, which are the roundtable discussions. And it's an amazing opportunity for the coaches to hear from the captains and the captains to hear from the coaches. Lessons learned. What do we all know about leadership? What are some of our experiences? And especially since some of you may have a little bit more time on your hands, especially because of COVID, we don't know what sport is going to look like. You can certainly take full advantage of some of the distance time that you have to have them start thinking about ways that we can improve upon this team, ways that we can improve upon personal and team leadership. So give them these questions to respond to. You get on Zoom, WebEx, whatever it is. You can have some excellent discussions about optimal team functioning as well as leadership. All right. So when we come back for part 3, we'll hit the second system. All right, taking all of those great responses from system 1, the toolboxes for the coaches, the toolboxes for the players, and then now we get to focus in on the second system. So I'll see you soon.